Welcome to the Buzzword Readathon vlog. That's what this is. It's so weird not doing daily vlogs because I'm just so used to it. So like last night I was like freaking out. I totally forgot that today was Monday and I was like, oh my gosh, like I have to vlog tomorrow. And like, oh my gosh, I have so many things to like actually do. And then I was like, oh, I get to do what everyone else does where I just vlog for a week and then I put up one video. So I'm good now. Let me show you my TBR plus just some of the books that I'm also currently reading because I still think I'm going to be reading them. Well, I'm gonna have to be reading them. I didn't get to finish them before Buzzwordathon started. The reason I look like I'm still in my pajamas is because I am. Because I woke up at like 10:30. Yeah, I know. But I've been on the closing shift at work instead of the morning shift at work. So I don't have to go in until 4 o'clock, but then I usually don't get home until 12:30 in the morning. And then I don't go to bed until like 2 in the morning because I'm still like awake. And so I like the evening shift because I have more time like during the day to actually do things and film and get things done. But then I also don't see my husband because he works 8:30 to 4:30. So it's like a love-hate relationship with it. But for now, I'm excited because I just have like more time. So I'm legit going to read from now until like 3 o'clock. I do have to go to the post office and I really need to go to like Walmart and get more makeup, or at least Target and get more makeup because like my makeup is like gone and I need to get a sponge for my house. But anyway, let's go over my TBR for Buzzwordathon. So I have The Woman Number 17. I have the 2 Lila Bennetts and I have One Night Gone. I am going to listen to this as an audiobook because it's on Scribd. And so this is gonna be an audiobook. And then I think I'm going to start today and read this one. And then this I'll just wait until I actually like, if I get to it, it'll be a read that I do. But then I'm also currently reading, which I think I'm not very far in. I'm 35 pages into Misery by Stephen King and I need to get this read by next Monday. So I have a week to read this because it is the live show that Gabby from Gabby Reads and Zoe from Zoe Reads are doing with me. And so it's gonna be on Gabby's channel, but it's going to be Monday. What is that day? I think it's the 24th, the Monday before Thanksgiving at 9 p.m. Eastern time, I think. I think that's, we were gonna decide to do it at that time. So then, speaking of live shows, I also need to finish The Other Mrs. Miller. This is actually what I've been listening to in my car. So I had started the audiobook, so I actually haven't even read this physical copy yet, but I probably will have to read this physical copy in order to like finish it in time. And so this is on the my live show with Shelby from Shelby Taggart Reads and Kendra from Kendra Loves Books, and that is actually gonna be over on Shelby's channel, and that is Sunday, like this coming Sunday, the 23rd, I guess. Do I have these dates right? I don't know if I have these dates right, but this upcoming Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so I've been listening to this one and I actually kind of really like it. I mean, it's not like love it yet, but it's like a domestic thriller, and so I love a good domestic thriller. Then I just got sent this book in the mail, but it's more for my actual main channel because I do like keto, carnivore, like all these different like diet experiments, and like I show how I eat healthy, how I lose weight, all that kind of stuff. So I got sent this carnivore diet, which I had actually like requested because I've been like dabbling in the carnivore diet and have been really, really loving it. But anyway, I'm not here to like offend anybody that like with me eating meat, but I just wanted to show that like I did get this. I am currently reading this because it is just a book with information. It's not like a recipe book or anything. So I am counting this like towards an actual like my reading challenge and like stuff like that. That is all the books that I am like currently reading, that I've been reading over the last like week or so. And so I don't have to finish the carnivore diet this month, but the other ones I do because my live show is coming up. So I am just going to sit now and read Woman Number 17, which this is about, I think it was about this lady who like gets a nanny or something. She gets this girl named S, who's a young artist. She got her from a Craigslist ad, and she's gonna live in the guest house to care for this lady's young son and to keep an eye on her older teenage one. And then I guess the lady and the nanny grow like really close, but then there's like betrayals. So I don't know. For some reason I feel like she's going to like seduce the teenage son. I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, I'm gonna read this now. Who knows? I might be able to get this done today. That would be cool. That'd be cool if I could read a whole book just today before work and still work. Let's get cozy. Okay, so reading update. I got to, I think I'm at 84 pages into woman number 17. The writing style is really weird and strange. It feels like, well, there's like, we're reading from two different characters' perspectives, but both of the characters are written just the same. And so, I don't know, like it's like the author wanted her characters to be completely like original and like different and like kind of weird and, you know, too cool for everybody else. And it's just like too many of those things all together. I'll have to show you guys like later because I'm about to head into work, or I'm like here at work, I'm about to walk up. But I'll have to like give you examples in the sentences because there were so many sentences where I was like, no one talks like this. Like no one would literally talk like this at all. So that, I'm not loving that part because it makes it like hard to read and just like hard to get into because it just feels very unrealistic. Like it feels like the author is trying too hard to like make her characters like cool, but it makes them more like cringy instead. But the actual like storyline I like so far is about this lady named Lady, for real, and she is like in the middle of like being separated or having a divorce, and she has an older boy who's like 18 who doesn't speak, and then a younger boy who is 2 or 3, I think he's 3, and so she just hires a nanny called S, like the letter S, and the nanny just like moved in. It's a live-in nanny. And so we're reading from the perspective of Lady and then S, whose name is Esther, and so we're reading from both of those. But like she wrote Lady the same way that she wrote Esther, so that's why it just makes me like wonder why she's like writing both of these characters with the same type of writing style. Like they're both supposed to be weird and cool and like, I don't know. The actual story I like reading because I don't know where it's going, so I'm curious to see what's really happening with both of those characters, so that's cool. And then I started listening to the 2 Lila Bennett's on my way to work, and then halfway through I was like I kind of have a headache, but I just like was not processing anything from that book, and it was very like legal-ish, so I just don't think that that book is for me. Once I read the synopsis, like when I was doing my TBR, I just immediately was like not interested in it anymore, and so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just DNF that. And I think I'm gonna pick a different book. I was actually just listening to The Other Mrs. Miller, since I needed like to keep finishing that, so that's what I was listening to the second half of my drive. But I looked at my NetGalley and I have a couple books with numbers, and so there's this like nonfiction book called 24/6, and it's about how to unplug like one day of the week, and that's something that I've like been really interested in, because I really want to like kind of work on that for 2020. I think it's gonna be one of my goals where I have one day a week where I just like don't get on my phone or the computer or anything, and I can just like read all day or even like watch TV. I don't mind watching TV because I hardly ever get to do it, but I just spend so much time like scrolling on social media, and like even that happened earlier. I was reading woman number 17 and then I like think of something where I'm like, oh, I need to like message my husband this or something, and then I just literally go down the black internet hole for like an hour, and then like, you know, I'll tell myself, I'll be like, okay, like I need to just like stop scrolling and like read. And so I obviously have a major problem, and I could get a lot more like reading done if I didn't just scroll on the internet all the time. So I'm really interested in reading that book. So I think I'm going to actually read that next as well, because it's really easy for me to like fly through nonfiction books, like nonfiction, like health, self-help type of books. I just love books like that for some reason. I don't know why, but I think I'm gonna read that one. And then there's also this like contemporary, I think it's contemporary or women's fiction or something called 100 Days of Sunlight. I forget exactly what the synopsis is, but I think it's something about how like this girl, I think she either goes deaf or blind. And so I actually am really interested in reading that, and it has like 100 in it. So I might also add that to my TBR and try and get that finished this week as well. I don't know. I'm just like, I was looking for just other books because I'm just not feeling like I'm just taking the two Lila Bennett's totally out of my TBR, and I thought it would be nice to have like a couple different books going on, especially since I'm already reading these other thrillers. I don't want to start like a bunch of thriller. Anyway, so I need to head up to work now. It's just like a rainy day outside, and you know, like with my headache and stuff, like I did stop and I got a breve latte at Starbucks, but I don't know, like I've just been like tired, and it's just like, it's a Monday, I guess, and it just feels like a Monday. Even though I'm off tomorrow, I just don't feel like 100. So yesterday I didn't get to like do any updates because I was off yesterday, and so I was planning on doing a lot of updates, but my husband surprised me and he also took off yesterday. So when I woke up yesterday morning, he was already like he was still home. He hadn't gone to work, which was really, really great because when I work like night shifts, his schedule is like 8:30 to 4:30, and then mine is like, I've been going in at like 3, and then I don't get home until like 12:30. So then I don't see him at all because he's already sleeping. So it was just really, it was just a nice surprise that I got to see him, and you know, we got to spend the day together yesterday. So I did still get reading done yesterday. I ended up starting this book called 24/6. And it's on my net, or it was on my NetGalley. I just updated my review and stuff. But it's about taking, like unplugging once a week. So I actually, it was hard for me to review it. I ended up giving it 3 stars because I really, really enjoyed the concept, and I'm even gonna start doing something like this in 2020, where one day a week, or for like a 24-hour span, it's like screen free time, almost like what you do with your kids, but like this lady did it with her whole entire family. So it was her and her husband, and then they had a teenage daughter and then another younger daughter, and they've been doing it for 10 years, which just blew my mind. Like, it's so awesome. And so what they do is Friday evening, I think they start at like 5 o'clock, they send out like their last messages, and like they let everyone know that they won't be like on phones or anything like that for 24 hours. They do have a landline, so like she had come up with other things, like for instance, like they still have to like go to sports the next day and stuff like that. So she like prints off directions if they're going somewhere and they need directions, and she keeps like a pen and paper around for if you have to like write something down to remember. And then they do keep a landline for like if a family emergency would happen. And so like, I really, really liked it, and it was just really cool how they use their Friday nights to always invite someone over. So it's like their hosting night, and so they, you know, like instead of being on their phones and, you know, just like constantly scrolling the internet, it's like every Friday they all look forward to putting all of their electronics away and then getting ready for the like people that they're gonna have over in the feast, and they make like homemade bread and like a homemade meal, and they play games and all this fun stuff. And then because they're not scrolling on their phones at night, they are having like a great night's sleep, and they get to sleep in the next morning, which is Saturday, because they do it like Friday night to Saturday night. So then Saturday they sleep in, they all have like an awesome breakfast together, and then they get to do like all of these things, read a book or go like on a trip somewhere or go do something fun. And so I don't know, reading about it really made me want to do something like this. Like, I've wanted to do something where I did like a social media detox, and I read a different book before that I really liked, but it was like a month detox, and that was just too much because then I can't keep up with all my social medias. But I think I am definitely going to do something like this. I would just have to do it on my day off, like, because I wouldn't be able to do it on weekends because I just work. So I feel like that's just, it wouldn't work that way. But instead, I think when I have a day off once a week, I'm going to do it from like for 24 hours, like start that evening beforehand and then do it until that evening that I am off. So I'm really looking forward to it because I feel like I could get a lot more reading done, because yesterday I just had so many problems of like, I mean, I did finish a book, but at the same time, like I could have read a lot more, because I did some things with my husband, but like other than that, I just spent a lot of times like scrolling and just wasting time. And so I would love to, on my days off, get a lot more things done if I'm not on my phone. So I'm really looking forward to that. I really liked in the back of the book that she had all these lists of things that you could do, especially per age. So that way it doesn't feel like she's just telling you to, you know, not be on your phone and doing screen time. She actually gives you like, instead do this stuff. So I really, really like that. The reason I gave it 3 stars is because she talked so much about her Jewish background, and she talked about all of these like Jewish traditions and stuff. And so I felt like she only really did that to fill the book up more, because there were just like these random chapters, like it felt like it had nothing to do with the actual book and the actual like story. So that was why I gave it 3 stars, because there were just a lot of chapters that I felt like I could just skim through that were just boring to me, and weren't like the main like meat of the book. That was a book that I read yesterday. I also read a little bit of Misery, which it's really slow going right now. So I don't have much to update from that. And I decided I'm DNFing The Woman number 17 because I just don't feel like getting back into it, because it just is such a weird book. Like, there's not even any good ratings on Goodreads. Like, it has a very low rating on there, and I just would like to use my time to read something else. Today, I'm actually gonna start another book, even though I'm like literally reading like 6 books right now, but I'm gonna start 100 Days of Sunlight, and this is on NetGalley, and I'm really, really excited because it's like a contemporary, but I think it's more emotional, and it's about this girl that, I think she's like 13 or 16, but she all of a sudden goes blind, and she has to deal with what it's like not being able to see anymore. And so I really, really like reading very like hard-hitting, I don't know, emotional contemporaries that really make you think like that. And so, you know, I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to just like all of a sudden go like blind or deaf after you know, have lived with, you know, seeing the world or hearing the world. I feel like that's just like so just, I don't know, sad to think about. So I think I'm gonna start that book today. I actually have to make a keto recipe right now for my channel. I have to film it for my channel. So I'm gonna do that first, and then I'll sit down for a little bit and read. I have to be at work later. I have to leave at like 3, and it is 11:45 right now. So I'll get a little bit of reading in. So I'm drinking this new coffee out of these pods. If you don't know, I am keto. And so I got these to try. They're really, really good actually. I got the French vanilla flavor because it's not like sweet or anything, it's just the flavor. But this already has the grass-fed butter, the MCT oil, and the salt in it. And I really, really like it. I thought it was gonna be absolutely disgusting, and it's not. But yeah, these are actually really good. So if you're keto at all, or if you were just curious and wanted to try these, I got these at Walmart, but they're really good. So like, I didn't have to put any cream in it. It was already creamy, see? And so I literally didn't have to add anything. I legit just brewed the coffee and put it in here. All right, we're trying out a different fireplace on Amazon Prime because I was using one on Netflix, and a bunch of you guys commented that Amazon Prime also has one. So Amazon Prime also had the same fireplace that was on Netflix. Actually, let me show you. I like using this one, the fireplace for your home. It's the classic edition, but I'm trying out this Christmas fireplace right now. One is a little bit more clear, and you can see like the coals and stuff underneath. So I feel like I'll just go between each of them. They're both only an hour long though. I wish they were a lot longer, because then I always have to keep restarting it. I think it's just so nice. guys, and welcome to Buzzwordathon day 4. I think it's day 4. Today is Thursday. I am not doing a very good job with weekly vlogging. I think it's just because since I don't have that like demand to film and have enough footage for a daily vlog, now it's like I don't want to have too much footage for a weekly vlog, and so instead I just feel like I'm updating only very small snippets of my life, because if I include like everything that I do, this video will legit be like so long. But anyway, so far today I made and worked on a bunch of stuff for my main channel because I have a keto channel, and especially with the holidays coming up, I've been testing out and working on a bunch of different like holiday keto recipes. So I made a like beef chuck roast in my Instapot, which we're having for dinner. I also made some keto stuffing because I made my homemade keto bread recipe yesterday, so I made the stuffing today. And then I also have some keto cranberry cheesecake bars that are in the oven. So I'm really hoping that those turn out great because I'm really excited for that recipe. And so yeah, I've just kind of been like baking all day long. It is 4:30 now, and oh, last night I was reading the 100 Days of Sunlight, or I forget exactly what it's called. I don't know why, I always forget. But anyway, I was reading that and I got to 25% last night, and so I think I'm going to sit down now because my husband has about an hour before he comes home and before we eat dinner. So I'm gonna read more of that, and I mean, it's okay so far. Like, it's pretty like there are some parts where I like that are very emotional, so I feel you know, like I don't know, I really like emotional books, so I don't know, there's just parts that I'm like really enjoying because they are more emotional, but then at the same time a lot of things that are happening are kind of unrealistic, and so I don't think I'm gonna be giving it like a super high rating. I feel like it's gonna be like a middle of the range rating, but you know, all in all, it's a very easy book to read and I am enjoying what I'm reading so far. And then I guess I should probably keep reading Misery because I still have a lot more of that to read, so I think I'm gonna try and read a bunch of that tonight if I can. The Other Mrs. Miller, since I didn't go to work today, I didn't listen to it, but I'm pretty sure I can finish the audiobook probably tomorrow on my way to and from work. And then if I don't finish the audiobook tomorrow, I can just finish the actual book on Saturday. But I know that this weekend, like Saturday and Sunday, I'm really gonna have to finish reading my live show reads because I have a live show on Sunday and on Monday night. So I really need to get those read. But I'm gonna just first try and finish 100 Days of Sunlight. That way I can get that book read for Buzzwordathon. So that would be my second book read for Buzzwordathon, which would be pretty great. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully I will talk to you guys later and I won't forget to vlog. Good morning, guys. So it's the next day, if you didn't guess, because I'm terrible at vlogging, obviously, when I do weekly vlogs. But I left my phone out here last night and like anything that would, I don't know, deter me from reading. And I went ahead and I finished the book Misery by Stephen King. I was only at like 64 pages and I ended up just knocking out, it was like 339 pages. So I knocked that out all last night, and I'm like pretty proud of myself because I really had to get that done, and so I'm really glad that that is done and over with. I am kind of just like, I don't know, I'm kind of sad but then also happy because that's like my first full-length novel by Stephen King that I've actually finished. I've only read a short story by him and like hated it, and I had DNF'd The Shining because I hated it. And so if you hear anything weird, it's because I'm making coffee right now because I'm about to go to work. But I actually, like, it's sad because I think I'm only gonna rate it 3 stars, but there were so many parts that I like absolutely loved, but then there were so many parts that were just incredibly boring that I hated, that I just like, it was like fiction within fiction, and I would just like skip that part because I had no, like, I just did not care about the actual fiction within fiction part. So like I didn't care about the book that was being written inside the book. I just don't like that in a book. And so it's so hard because the parts that I liked were so good, and like it definitely makes me want to read another Stephen King book. And I actually have Pet Sematary on my shelf, so that will definitely be like the next Stephen King book I read. I really want to read The Long Walk because it just sounds so intriguing and like interesting to me. I don't know, there's something about torture books that I just love, and that makes me sound like a terrible person. But anyway, so that was the only thing that I had read The 100 Days of Sunlight in the morning, I think. Did I? I think I read some of it in the morning. Now I can't remember. But that was like the only reading that I did the rest of the day, was just like finish Misery, which was like, I pretty much read like almost 300 pages. And then today I get to work a 12-hour shift. So today is actually the last day of work, and then it's Thanksgiving break, so I have a whole week off for Thanksgiving. But I have to work 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. today, and I have an hour drive. So I'm literally about to walk out the door, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I won't get home until 10 o'clock. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be listening to the audiobook for The Other Mrs. Miller, and so I don't have very much left. I think I have about 2 or 2.5 hours left of the audiobook, so I might even be able to finish that today, like on my drive to and from work, which would be great because then that means both of my books for my live shows are finished, and so then I can work on all my BUZZWORDATHON reads, which is what this vlog is supposed to be like. So I now have to go to work. I think I updated you guys on everything. I probably won't see you until later tonight, if not probably tomorrow, because
I wonder if there's more to life than this.
Amen.
Why would I wonder if there's more to life when the life I got is perfect?
10-year glow up challenge.
Double glow.
Double glow. Look at that. We look like babies. Hey guys, okay, so today is Saturday. It is BUZZWORDATHON day 6. Can't believe that tomorrow is the last day, and I literally suck at weekly vlogging apparently, but it's okay. But I was actually going to take you guys along today because I had a game night planned for myself and my coworkers, and so that was from 2 to 6, and I brought my camera and everything, and I was gonna like film us playing games because, like, you know, it's with Nelson and all my coworkers, so of course it's gonna be fun. And I legit forgot. Like, we were leaving and I was packing up things and putting it in my purse, and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally brought my camera. And like, we just had so much fun, I just forgot to pull my camera out and show you guys. So this morning before we went to game night, I actually finished reading The Other Mrs. Miller, which is the live show that I'm doing actually tomorrow night. And so finished that. I only ended up giving it 2 stars. It was actually not that great of a thriller, unfortunately. I've just seen a lot of that same like story in other thrillers, plus there were so many unrealistic parts. Like, a lot of it was just very unrealistic to me, so that's why I gave it a lower score. But then now I'm all cozy. I just made like a pot of tea, decaf tea, because I think it's like 8 o'clock, because it took like an hour drive there and back to get to game night and stuff, because it was down where I work. And so I'm actually going to read some of The Carnivore Diet, because I'm really trying to finish this pretty soon. And so probably gonna read some of that, and then also on my Kindle, not Ninth House, I don't, this is just an ad, but I'm going to be reading some of the 100 Days of Sunlight that I've been reading, which I haven't read any since I think I last updated you guys about it. So I think I'm still about like 25% of the way through. But then I also really want to start reading Landon and Shay, which it's actually called part 1, so that's why I can technically start reading it now. But this is a not sequel, I guess, but kind of like a spin-off of the book Eleanor in Grey that I read a couple months ago, and I actually have a whole vlog of Eleanor in Grey. I'll link it up above for you guys, because I loved that book. It was a 5-star read for me. It was absolutely just beautiful and emotional, and I really, really liked it. And so this Landon and Shay is actually the side characters in the book. Like, it's like the best friends in the book, and it's gonna be their story. So part 1 just came out, and then part 2 I think is coming out in December. But my book club some of us are reading it as a buddy read. So I'm going to start reading it with them. I'm definitely not going to be able to finish it like by the end of BuzzWordathon because we're actually doing like a daily schedule. So I think I'm going to read my little daily part today because it just started today. And then I'll read a little bit tomorrow as well. But tomorrow I actually have no plans except for the live show. And I really want to watch the American Music Awards. But because of the live show, I think I'm just going to have to wait until Monday and just watch it on the smart TV. Like hopefully I can get it on, I think it's ABC. Hopefully I can get it on the ABC app like on Monday and watch it. But I'm really excited because Taylor Swift is performing and Billie Eilish and like so many of my favorites. So I'm really looking forward to that. But other than that, I think I'm just gonna read all day and like film a video because I have a special announcement video going up really soon, which I'm really excited about. And so yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna be doing tomorrow is reading, filming. No, I'm not even watching TV because I can't watch the American Music Awards. So doing the live show, I guess, that's it. So anyway, I'm gonna go grab my tea. I'm going to go sit and read for a bit and catch up with you guys. I don't know, tonight, tomorrow, who even knows? Hey everyone, so I'm upstairs because my husband's like cleaning the house downstairs and like watching football and stuff, so it's just like really loud and crazy down there, so I didn't want to like vlog. But today is Monday, so obviously BuzzWordathon is over, and this girl, I definitely know how to fail some readathons, let me tell you. So yesterday, Sunday, the last day of BuzzWordathon, I didn't even read like anything. I think I read a couple pages of Landon and Shay part 1, which is a book that I'm buddy reading with like some of my friends in my book club. And yeah, that's about it because I just like really didn't feel like vlogging or reading, and that's just like the truth. Like sometimes that happens, and you know, whatever, we shouldn't feel bad for having like including that in our vlogs or like being honest with people. I also did a live show with Shelby and Kendra. We talked about The Other Mrs. Miller. That was our Thriller Talks After Dark discussion. And then tonight I'm discussing Misery with Gabby from Gabby Reads and Zoe from Zoe Reads, and so I am looking forward to that. But like with all of the live shows and just everything that's going on, and we're leaving to go to visit my dad in Pennsylvania tomorrow, and so like there's just so much going on, like I just didn't feel like vlogging a lot, I guess, this week. I guess that's my problem. I don't know. I still wanted to just include like the clips that I did have and do this like vlog for you guys, just because, you know what, this is sometimes real life. Like sure, I didn't show a lot of my real life like I normally do in my daily vlogs. There were just a lot of times that I wasn't filming, but you know what, sometimes we just don't feel like filming. Like I feel like I've noticed a lot of booktubers like talking about this recently, or they're afraid to talk about it, but in reality, like sometimes we just don't want to vlog, and then we've already like committed, or people have already asked us to do certain things. But you know what, whatever, life moves on. I still have a bunch of videos coming out, so there's gonna be better daily vlogs in the future because I think I just do better with daily vlogs. Like I wanted to try out this like weekly reading vlog, and I just feel like I like the pressure of the daily vlogs better. It makes me, you know, like want to film my content because I know that you guys are looking forward to it every single day. Whereas like I don't even remember what I filmed like at the beginning of last week, you know what I mean? So like I have to build this vlog. I haven't even started putting it together, but I have to build this, and like I don't even know what I have or what I don't have. So I think I'm a daily vlog type of girl, I think. Probably. What did I read for this readathon? Let's see, I read 24/6, which was that like social media detox book that I had it from NetGalley. I actually did enjoy that. I gave it 3 stars, I believe. There were so much, there was a lot of information in it that I really, really liked, but then there was also a lot of information that I thought just didn't have anything to do with the book, that was just in there to like be a filler for the book. I mean, I got some great tips from it, and I'm probably going to be doing a social media detox day like once a week, and so I really, really enjoyed that book. And then I am still halfway through 100 Days of Sunlight, which is also a NetGalley read. I ended up DNFing woman number 17. I think about like 80 pages in. That one is just not for me. I am gonna still try and finish 100 Days of Sunlight because it's about this teenage girl who gets into a car accident and she loses her sight, and she's like a blogger, and so she's dealing with like the frustrations of not being able to blog and see things anymore and how life is so much harder. And so I really like that because it's like hard hitting. I actually I finished other books that weren't part of Buzzwordathon. So I read Misery by Stephen King, and you guys will hear about that if you come to my live show tonight, or you'll hear about it in my wrap up. I gave that 3 stars. And then The Other Mrs. Miller, which is what I finished for the live show yesterday, and that was a thriller, domestic suspense technically, and I only gave that 2 stars. If you haven't like seen my thoughts on that, like I'll put the live show up above so you can like watch all of our thoughts, but then also you'll hear about it in my wrap up. But yeah, I think that's it for this video because I really need to edit this and I need to film some really exciting videos coming up. I have an announcement video coming out that I'm really excited for, and I think I can film my TBR like today also, because if I don't get any videos filmed and edited today, you guys won't see them until the beginning of December because I'm gonna be gone from Tuesday to Friday, and then I have to go back to work on Saturday. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. I don't know if you enjoyed it, but I hope it was at least watchable. Let's say that. And I will see you guys in another video. Bye everyone.